everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I am just going to be throwing on a full face of clean makeup releases, new clean makeup releases, like a roundup video with some of the products that I was lucky enough to be trying out. The past months were very exciting. I had a lot of work to do, so I wasn't as active as I should have been on YouTube, but there was a lot to catch up on. Now I do have RMS here. I have a primer by RMS. I have Lawless Beauty here. I also have a brand which is sort of new to me. It's not necessarily a newly released brand, but it's pretty a young brand. It's the brand Complex Culture. I do have two of their products in today's video as well. I've got their concealer and their setting powder. I have a new blush release by Victoria Beckham, a new lipstick release by her as well, and I've got the new ATHR palette. So we are going to be playing around with this beautiful palette in today's video. Can't wait to show you that. I'm also going to be reviewing this palette separately though, because obviously I'm only limited to one look for today's video. In case you guys are new here, or in case you're just stumbling upon this video or my channel, I would absolutely love to keep you here and have you here for the future. So if you want to, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming videos. And also if you do enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. That would be, as always, very appreciated. I also wanted to have mentioned that all of the products in my video today are of course 100% cruelty free. Also, if you have tried any of the products that I'm going to be talking about in today's video, please drop me a comment below. I would love to know what you guys have tried out recently, if you have tried out any of the products that I'm about to try out, or if there's any other products that you are interested in, please do just drop me a comment. Also, if you want to, you can always check out my description box. I'm also listing all of the products in my description box, and I'm also always adding a bunch of discount codes. So it's always a good idea to have a look at that description box below. Just rest assured that all of the new makeup that was released, I could not, well, there was no way I could, it was impossible to put it all in one video. So this was just a selection of products that I wanted to show you for today's video, but just stay tuned because I'm always grabbing things, trying to review them, and not just do first impressions, actually try them out a little bit longer to give you a good review. So yeah, without no further ado, I feel like let's just go barefaced and let's start and applying some makeup. So let's actually start off with the very first product, which is the primer. So this is by RMS Beauty, and this is the Reevolve Radiance Locking Primer, and this retails for $40. So straight off the bat, when RMS Beauty came out with this primer, I wasn't really interested in it at first, you know. I kind of like primers. I always like to try primers. So I actually gave it a go. I do want to say that I really love the fact that this is a refillable primer, really innovative packaging. You can definitely take this middle part out. You know, you can just literally pull it out. Here is the primer, and then you just put it back in. And that's it, and then you lock it just in like that. That is really cool packaging, you guys. I really enjoy the fact that they came out with a refillable primer. So let's actually talk about the primer itself, and then let's put it onto my face. So in the beginning, when this came out, I wasn't super thrilled about it because, you know, I just was like, well, this says everything. It's a Radiance primer. You guys know I always prefer a blurring or a mattifying primer. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to have like some glow, some radiance underneath a foundation. If I powder it down in the end, you know, I'm gonna cancel out most of the radiance anyway. So the only downside with this primer, and that's the reason why I haven't used it more often, more frequently than I actually have, it's just the ingredients, because there's a bunch of essential oils in this product. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of essential oils, and I rather have an essential oil-free sort of routine. I actually enjoy the texture of this. It actually kind of smells like roses, very light the scent. There is no synthetic fragrance in this. It's just, you know, the essential oil blend what's gonna make the scent. I really enjoy how this glides onto the skin. If you really like a Radiance sort of primer, you might really enjoy this. And if you don't mind the essential oils in the formula, you're fine. Anyway, I'm going to clip back my hair and then I'm going to apply the primer. And it's like a beautiful gel texture. Looks like a pink cream. I mean, this really does give me some massive radiance. I mean, you can tell it also does give me a little bit of a tack. It feels really lightweight. It feels really sort of hydrating, and that's what I really like about this product. I just wish it wouldn't have all these essential oils, and when I bought it I did not realize that. I completely forgot to check the ingredients list on it. If you like something that gives you a lot of radiance, this product, it definitely does that. Alright, that's it for the primer. My primer is applied, so let's move on to the next new product. Let's move on to the new foundation by Lawless Beauty. This foundation is so amazing, and I will definitely upload a new updated full face review by Lawless very soon onto my channel, because they came out recently with some amazing products, and for today I just wanted to show you their new foundation. So this is the Conseal the Deal Longwear Full Coverage Foundation, and this retails for $39. Guys, this is amazing. You all know how much I love this brand already. I really enjoy most of these products by the brand Lawless. I feel like Lawless really nails it when it comes to my personal style for makeup. This is an updated version of their old foundation that is not available anymore, the Woke Me Up Like This foundation, and that foundation actually had a lot of essential oils, so it did have a very strong scent. Now let me break it to you, this is completely fragrance free, which is so amazing. So the shade Dune that I have is described as a medium with warm peach undertone. This is a long-wearing, lightweight fluid foundation that delivers modern full coverage with a self-setting, natural matte finish. Also purchased her foundation brush that goes along with the foundation basically, so I got the brush as well. But let me tell you, I actually also like applying this with a dampened sponge. It works perfect either way. I honestly like combining it. I actually like applying it first with the brush and then going over it with the sponge. It really does not make a huge difference. Either way of application is fine. This is a very nice buildable foundation. It actually is pretty self-setting. It is pretty full coverage, but not on the very first layer. I feel like this shines through at the second layer. And then you have a full, pretty solid medium to full coverage, you know. This is very runny, very liquidy in consistency. So what you want to do is shake it up. So you want to do that properly before applying it. So here's the shade Dune. I'm going to apply a little bit onto this side of my face first. And we're just going to use the brush. I mean, the coverage is pretty immediate if you compare both of the sides of my face. That immediately looks so much better. And this finish, I love this finish. So let me actually do the other side maybe with a sponge. I mean, I've got to say straight away, I see a pretty solid medium coverage, like solid medium to full almost. But I'm gonna go over this now. I'm just gonna show you what this can look like with a second layer. Now this has a pretty flexible dry down. It's not too quick, but it's also not too slow. So now I feel like after a couple of minutes this foundation is going to set. I'm gonna go in with a second layer now. And I feel like I'm going to use the sponge. So this is the finish on the second layer. I feel like this looks so nice. It's almost like a serum foundation sort of type of product because this is really self-setting. It is super lightweight. You can't feel it on your skin at all. And I'm really impressed by it, you know. I'm really impressed. I left out my eye area just a little bit because we're gonna go in with a concealer, so I did not want to bring it too close underneath my eyes. But everywhere else, you guys, this coverage, the finish, everything, I love it. I really do. I'm really happy with the way this came out. So let's actually move on to the concealer. So this concealer is also by a brand that is pretty new to me, and I also have their translucent powder for afterwards. I really just wanted to try out their stuff. So I got a couple of products. 2 of them are going to be in today's video. So yeah, let's actually start off with their concealer. So this is by the brand Complex Culture, and this is their Let Up concealer, and this retails for $25. So this concealer is cruelty-free, sustainably sourced, totally vegan, and dermatologist tested. So this actually does contain some ceramides, vitamin C, some sacred lotus flower extract. So this multitasking concealer covers all your needs in one simple step to reduce the look of fine lines, dark circles, and redness, plus provides up to 24 hours of moisturization. Now I have this in the shade L200. They have, I think, 20 shades in total. Now this is pretty light, I've got to say, but I'm going to apply it on my under eye. Now they have this like stiletto type doe foot that they were calling stiletto type. To be honest, this is so tiny, it barely picks up product, and I was like, oh no, I already don't like this doe foot. So this doe foot is just not that convenient, you know. I'm not the biggest fan. But anyway, I'm just gonna apply this a little bit dotted on. It's a creamy sort of formula. Shade is a little bit yellow, but that's okay. I feel like the coverage is pretty good on it too. I'm just gonna apply it right here. A little bit on my nose and some on my forehead. The concealer is applied, so let's just blend it out. It's definitely not dewy, it's definitely not radiant, it's kind of more matte. I have worn this concealer actually a couple of times already, and I always noticed that the coverage was quite good and that it kind of looked nice on my under eye because it's a little bit more long wearing and it's not creasing as much, especially if you apply it also with a sponge. I always feel like whenever I apply a concealer with a brush, it just doesn't look as smooth as with a sponge. So yeah, that's applied, and as you guys know, on my eyelids I'm going to apply my Lila B concealer eye primer, the B, what's it called again? The Virtuous Reveal concealer and eye primer in the shade Be Vibrant. I'm just gonna do that. I honestly feel like today I don't need to powder my face at all, but we're still gonna use the powder that I got because I want to put it on just to see how everything works with each other. So this is the Complex Culture Set Go Translucent Powder, and this retails for $28. I have this in the shade Clarity, but I think you can get this in pigmented versions as well. Yeah, they have a couple of pigmented powders as well with this. Now I have the translucent one. I love this packaging, can I just say that? Love this packaging. It's so stunning, and I always critique powder packaging, but this is so nice. This comes with a tapping net and a stopper, so perfect. Because this powder does contain silk, it's not vegan. However, it's cruelty free, it's not tested on animals. It also does contain some ceramides, some ceramide NP and ceramide AP. Jojoba seed oil, it does contain silica, chamomile flower extract as well. Now I've tried this powder a couple of times and I freaking love it. It's so nice. So today we're gonna powder my face with this. although it's not the most ideal sort of base to powder because my base does not really require much powdering. But this is not necessarily a very mattifying powder. It's more of a beautiful sort of setting powder. And this feels like, honestly, there is silk in this, but it does feel like silk on your skin in the best way possible, in a non-drying way too. It's very smoothing. My skin felt so soft from this powder. So I'm just gonna take it a little bit on my under eye here first. Now this powder also has an amazing blurring effect, I feel like, and it really does set your makeup. It's really lovely. It's not giving me a white cast. It really just sets my makeup, eliminates pretty much all of the shine, and I mean, my skin feels so baby soft. It's kind of incredible. Let me know if you've tried anything by this brand, because I feel like this powder is so amazing. This is a really nice product. I could only recommend this so far. I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more, but in general, I'm so happy with this powder. Alright, you guys, so let's actually move on to some complexion products. But I have a product that I've never used before my channel that we could actually use. This was actually sent to me by the Green Jungle Beauty Shop. So this is by Rituel. This is their Inner Glow Cream Pigment, and this retails for $29. Now I have this in the shade Intuition, which is described as a gray taupe shade. So I could use this actually to sculpt a little bit with this. So the Green Jungle Beauty Shop, they've sent me over a couple of products by Rituel, which I still have to review. I still have to make a video on this brand as well. I'm going to, promised. I kind of want to stay in the realm of creams today, most likely. We shall see. I'm going to use this on my Spectrum CO2 brush first, and then I'm going to probably just blend it out with a sponge. So I'm just going to place it first on there. The only thing I don't like about this brand is the fact that all of their products they just smell like lavender, and you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of that ingredient at all. Let's top it off a little bit. Woo! Looks nice. So I'm just going to place it on here. This is actually a true contouring shade, you know. I'm going to try and contour my nose with a cream. Let's see what's gonna happen. I feel like this formula works well on top of powder because it's not eating up the powder or anything. This is a pretty crazy taupey, cool toned contouring cream shade. It works well on my nose too. I really enjoy it. It is pretty pigmented though, so just be careful not to use too much of it. If you want a real sort of shadow effect, I feel like this shade could really do it. It's really nice. My only downside with this product again is the scent. It just smells like lavender, and I just don't like that. So I don't feel like I should go in with the bronzer unless we want to add some glow later on. But let's actually move on to a new cream blush that I picked up recently, and I've only tried it once, so I really want to give it a go for today's video. So this is by Victoria Beckham, and this is her new blush, her cheeky posh blush in the shade Miniskirt, and this retails for $42. They actually have 5 different shades as of right now. I picked up the shade Miniskirt, which is described as a berry rose shade. I am just going to apply it first on my hands as well, so you guys can see the shade. It's such a pretty shade. Oh my god. This looks so fantastic. So let's actually put it on my brush and let's just apply it a little bit. That is absolutely stunning. This color, the shade Miniskirt, really, really nice. And they're not super, super highly pigmented, you know. I'm gonna use a little bit more on my hand and just take it on the brush. It's almost like a wash of color. You can't even tell that this is makeup. It literally looks like skin. It's really, really, truly pretty. And this shade, oof, loving this. I feel like these blushes are quite pricey, to be honest, and they're not that pigmented, you know. You kind of need a lot of product to achieve a little bit of color, but the color in itself, it looks very, very stunning. I really enjoy it. Is it anything like super special out of this world formula, like the Airy Paris ones maybe? No, this one is not close to that, but it's nice. And the only thing I have to say, her packaging is always fabulous. But this little container is just a little bit wobbly right here. Can you hear that? Anyway, that is just one thing to keep in mind. This part is a little bit wobbly. And usually her packaging is impeccable, so I'm just a little bit surprised at that. But yeah, we shall see how long this is going to last on my face, this blush, if we have to reapply it at the end again or not. It works on top of powder. It's not interrupting anything that I had put on previously. So we don't have a new highlighter. We don't. I'm just going to be using my Kjaer Weis highlighter in the shade Radiance. I'm just going to be using that a little bit on my cheeks here. I love this highlighter. This highlighter is so, so pretty. Okay, and then we're just going to use a little bit of my Saint Lunar Glow on the tip of my nose. Alright, you guys, so my complexion is all done, so let's move on to the next step. Let's move on to my eyes. So let's actually move on to the brows and let's talk about the new brow products by KOSAS that I've been trying out since months. Since they were released, I've picked them up immediately and I tried them out, and I do definitely have some thoughts. So let's actually start off with their eyebrow pencil. So this is the Brow Pop Dual Action Defining Pencil, and this retails for $22. Now I wish I could show you guys this pencil today, but unfortunately this pencil, it's shaped so thinly, and this is actually something I really was looking forward to, you know, the shape of this being so ultra thin. Unfortunately what happened was that this broke on me completely, so I can't use this anymore. And also the shade I had was a little bit too light, although their tinted brow gel that we'll talk in a second about had the same shade. Yeah, I mean, the packaging, it's all cool, it's all cute and stuff, you know. I honestly love the brush that this comes with. I sometimes use this to brush through my eyebrows. Although I can't use the pencil, I still really much enjoy this brush on here. If I would repurchase a new one, it would break on me again, probably, because this is just the nature of this brow pencil. I actually heard a lot of other people with the same issue having a pencil that broke on them, which is such a waste. It's such a shame. So I'm just trying to use that brush. Anyway, not to say that this was a bad pencil. I mean, I had the wrong shade, so it's kind of hard to judge that all in all. But the next product that they had released, their eyebrow gel, Oh my gosh, I am so obsessed with this. So this is the Tinted Airbrow Volumizing Treatment Gel by KOSAS, and this retails for $22. So this product actually comes in 10 shades, the same shades as in the pencil. I have this in the shade Soft Brown. I love this product so much. I'm on my second tube. I actually have another one of this product in stock because I cannot live without this anymore. I was looking for such a long time, I was looking for a product like this because this really fills in my brows so nicely. And this is the shade Soft Brown, and for some reason this shade just works perfectly on me. So I'm gonna brush through my eyebrows with this little comb here to start off with. My eyebrows are pretty sparse right here, and usually I would go in with a pencil. I'm gonna skip it today so you guys can actually see how much this product is going to fill in my brows and the before and after. I mean, my brows are basically on, filled in, right there. What else can you say? I feel like this has just done the job within a second. So that's that. So let's move on to my eyeshadow. So for today's eyeshadow, I really wanted to use and play with the new eyeshadow palette by ATHR Beauty. So this is their newly released Moonlight Crystal Gemstone palette, and this retails for $58. So I really hope you guys all saw my video on the Rose Quartz Crystal palette, the updated version, the newly released version right here. I really still love this palette so much. ATHR Beauty makes some of the most beautiful eyeshadow palettes ever. And this is such a favorite of mine. I love this. So when I saw that they came out with this one, I was very intrigued. I really enjoyed this color story. I thought this was very creative. This was a little bit different. And so I thought I have to get this to review it and see if it's good. So I might just review this palette separately. And for today, I'm just gonna try out to play around with it a little bit. Let's just do that because I feel like we wanna see this palette a little bit more. So yeah, let's do something a little bit more smoky. I really wanna maybe just dab into this shade right here first. And that's the shade Intention. I'm going to start off with this shade, which is a little bit different than what I would usually do because in this palette, unfortunately, there are not a lot of transition shades, so to speak. I could go either purple or I could go with this more sort of turquoise bluish shade, but I kind of don't want to do that. So it's very difficult if you don't want to do any of that. So this shade here, Intention, I think it's my only option. I'm definitely going to create these purple and blue looks with this in a separate video. I'm going to take it onto my Lila B, my favorite crease brush in the world. This goes pretty blue on me. Blue, I did not expect that at all. I thought it was more sort of grayish. The formula is a little bit powdery on this shade, but it doesn't matter too much. It's not flying off my brush when I tap it off completely, so that's good. But it's much more blue than I expected it to be. But let's actually try and imitate what I did on here on my other eye. Yeah, this blends out really nicely, I've got to say, and I think the finish is really pretty so far. I wanted this to be the most dominant shade, you know. I'm just wondering if we should do my lower lash line first. So maybe let's do that and then let's brighten everything up. Let's add the sparkle, let's add all of that in a second. Let's do this first. I'm going to apply a pencil in my waterline, the Victoria Beckham Satin Kjaer liner in the shade black. I'm gonna use that. So let's go on my lower lash line with the shade Eclipse. Wow, my eyes are super dark. So I feel like what I really want to try out is either this shade right here or this one right there. And I think we're gonna go with this, and that's the shade Full Moon. I'm just gonna dip in my finger. It's like a beautiful silver. And we're just gonna put this all over my lids. That shade is not coming across as strong as I thought it would. So this just does not look as sparkly and as silvery as I wanted it to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go into the shade Moon Dust, which has a little bit of this green reflect to it. And I feel like I'm gonna take it on a brush first and see. Maybe I should really take that on my finger. Let's see how it's gonna be with the finger. I think this is very stunning. This shade really does save the look, because that Full Moon did not really do it, you know. That Full Moon, what a shame that that wasn't a little bit more punchy, a little bit more silvery. This Moon Dust is really stunning on the other hand. Now the question is, do I want to use a little bit of the shade, what's it called, Inside? This one? To break a little bit the coolness, add a little bit of pink onto the lid. Let's actually also highlight my brow bone with the shade Inside. Eye look is complete. I'm gonna show you guys the ATHR Beauty mascara in the video with the palette, because I have their mascara as well. But I wanted to use, there's so many mascara releases lately, so I was really struggling with selecting a mascara for today's video. But I thought you guys may be interested in this one. So this is the Impossible Mascara Iconic Edition in the shade Black by Kjaer Weis, and this retails for $32. I tried one of their other mascaras, the ones that they had before. They had two. Did not like the formula, you guys. I really did not like it. It was a mess. It was a bad mascara and it was so hard to remove. I almost ripped out my lashes. It was that bad. So I was very, very, very curious when they came out with this new mascara. So here it is. We're gonna apply it together. I already tried it out a couple of times and I've got to say, I am very surprised. I really, really enjoyed this mascara. So also this mascara is refillable, which is such great news. I don't think this is vegan though. I think this contains beeswax. Yes, this does contain beeswax. It's certified organic and sustainably sourced beeswax. And also easy to remove formula. I can only agree on that, because this actually is pretty easy to remove compared to the other ones. They were awful. They were just a nightmare to remove. So huge improvement on this release. And then this is a normal standard bristle brush. And the wand is quite short, you know, but the way this is in your hand, amazing. I don't know what it is. It's something with physics here that is allowing a very great application. I'm going to literally curl my lashes now and then apply it. I mean, you guys, this makes my lashes just explode, right? It's so nice, this mascara. First off, very easy to apply, as I said. This brush has a really good size. It's easy to apply. Also, my lower lashes, I wasn't struggling or anything because it's just one of these traditional brushes, bristle brushes, and it's pretty effortless. This is not a clumpy formula at all, and it gives you what I would call pretty much lengthening. This is definitely an improvement to their older formula, which was just so terrible. It wasn't great. So this mascara, definitely a hit for Kjaer Weis. Oof, and now we're done with my eyes. But yeah, let's move on to my lips. So this is the Posh Lipstick, and this retails for $38. And this is the newly released shade Jump. So you guys know how much I love her lipstick in the shade Pose. That is one of my all-time favorite shades in the world, just to freshen up your memory. This is the shade Pose. Oh my gosh, I love this shade so much. It's so stunning. It's one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. So I picked out the new shade Jump, and that's such a pretty sort of cool toned pink with some blue in it. As you can see, this is very much sort of cool toned. It's not warm or anything. These lipsticks are not overly pigmented, but they do have a decent amount of pigment. So I might have to go in with my lip brush, maybe not. Let's see if this is going to match the way I want it to match. That shade is so stunning, and that shade actually works so well with my eye look. Yeah, you guys, that's it. This is my finished look. I hope you really enjoyed me playing with all of these new products. And please do let me know in case you have tried out any of these new releases yourself. I would love to know your opinion on them. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, if you do enjoy the look, do give this video a big thumbs up. That would be extremely appreciated. And before you're leaving, in case you have not subscribed to this channel just yet, I would absolutely love to have you here, guys. You just have to hit that subscribe button, and you can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming videos. So yeah, I shall be seeing you on here very soon again with the next one. So please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.